only tricky part here would be the smoke detectors. So he's talked about a bunch of rules on how the building code and the fire code actually aren't connecting very well, because the building code requires all the fire interconnected, all the smoke alarms to be interconnected. Whereas the fire code requires it to be interconnected, but it has to come from separate circuits. Separate circuit meaning one unit has one circuit and this unit on another circuit. This smoke detector on one circuit and the other unit smoke detector on a separate circuit. So what he's making me do now is I'm gonna have to run a new wire to have another 100 amp panel on the other side, which is the second unit. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have to buy a 100 amp breaker. I'm going to have to buy 3-3 wiring, which is way thicker gauge, and run it all the way across to the other side. And I'll likely position the box in the same place as the other one, right above or right below that window there. And then what that's going to do is I'm going to have to now rerun all the wiring from here over to that box and waste a bunch of time and wire, but it'll be all right. So this armored cable is actually going from one smoke detector to another smoke detector in the common area, and then smoke detector to the third area. Why it's armored is because our ESA inspectors said that it should be armored and it should also be painted red in case someone opens it, and so they don't cut the wire or anything like that, because it's a safety issue. So here we are, we're gonna paint them red and we should be good to go. All right, so this is the first alarm in the circuit. You can see that this is the power wire coming in. This is the neutral, this is the live wire. What happens is this actually branches off a circuit of the hallway lights, which is right there. So that if there's a problem with the fuse panel and the breaker is flipped off, then immediately you can tell that the main lights are not working, which means the fire alarms are not working, okay? So that's a way to help you tell, or that's a good way to do it, so that if there is a problem, it'll be noted right away, so that your fire alarms are always gonna be on, okay? So the wire comes in like this. This powers up the circuit. These three-way wires, 14 3 wires, are attached to each of them. So this would sync to the second one, which is sync to the third one. In the previous videos, you might have seen that this is actually coming from some armored cable. So I have to put armored cable for the 3 wire that's going between the units, and I've also had to paint it red, so if anyone were to open the walls, they would know not to cut this wire. Okay, so this is what the inspector told me to do. This is what I've done. Let's hope we pass.